Now we're going to turn to a very special part of our program, and I'd like to ask Carolyn Brem to come up to the stage.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm Carolyn Brem with Procter & Gamble, and it's a real honor here to be with you tonight to share a special recognition of a member of the WITA family, our cherished P&G colleague and friend, Nate Graham. We at P&G feel blessed to have had Nate as a member of our government relations team here in Washington. As many of you know, in early December, Nate took ill after arriving in Guangzhou, China for business meetings and passed away 2 days later at a Guangzhou hospital. It just seems unimaginable that a bacterial infection could take the life of such a young, healthy, and fit guy. Nate touched so many people in Washington, including many of you in the trade community, who worked closely with him on congressional passage of Russia PNTR, Iran and Cuba sanctions policy, customs legislation, TPP, and TTIP. He was a trade policy wonk through and through, and highly respected for his policy expertise and really thoughtful, well-reasoned advocacy skills. He was always a good listener with a keen sense of politics, and often he was the guy who was asking the toughest questions in the room, but in a very effective, low-key way. As you know, he was an active member of WITA, speaking at many of your programs and participating in a wide variety of events, and he absolutely loved the trade prom. So we really miss him here tonight. Nate left behind his extraordinary wife, Melanie Mickelson Graham, and 4 young sons, Rowan, now 7 years old, James, 4, Lincoln, 2, and baby Griffin, who's now 8 months old. I want to recognize Melanie, who's with us tonight, so she can hear this and share it with us. Yeah. So I want to say a special thank you to the Washington community for your outpouring of support for Melanie and the boys. And so many people have asked how they can do more to honor Nate's memory. Well, you can, and there's a way. You'll find a card in your gift bags with information on how to donate to the 529 college savings accounts for the Graham boys. And many of you have already given, and a big thank you for those who've been so generous. And for those of you who haven't yet, whether you've known Nate or not, or just know of his reputation, please consider helping out to ensure that the boys have sufficient financial resources to get a college education. Again, thank you, WITA, for this special recognition of Nate's passion for and contributions to better trade policies. And let's pass TPP in his honor.
On the way up here, that was a tough act to follow, and indeed it is. So we're all going to take a deep breath. I'm going to give you a little bit to laugh about very quickly because we are running a little bit behind, but I'm going to run through this really quickly so that we can lead up into the next section. This part of the superlatives is going to be focused and called the International Edition of superlatives, so I'm going to start with that really quickly. So most attractive, and Devery, while I do believe it's you, I'm going to say that, wait. You're going to understand why, because the most attractive, we're going to say, is hands down Cuba. Because of the mojitos, the cigars, and the rum. What's not to love? And Devery is our Cuba maven, so I'm going to give her a shout out for that. The most hated is the Zika virus for complicating our work trips to Rio in August. Most popular, now this was really tough, this was really difficult, but I'm going to say it's the expanded Panama Canal because it's more popular than the Hamilton ticket, and you can keep your very special papers there. The most used butt of a joke is T-tip. The more elusive than catching a Pokemon Go character might be the TPP, but now we have all of this hope, so we're actually not going to play Pokemon Go, and we're actually going to go out there and continue to get TPP done this year. Woohoo. Most likely to be twinning with Donald Trump is Boris Johnson. Most changed this year would be the UK's pound. Most dramatic is David Cameron for his quick resignation after Brexit. Most confused, this again was a tie, and it was between Scotland and Ireland. They're just confused. The new power couple is Angela Merkel and Francois Hollande. And I'm sorry, I'm apologizing in advance for this one, but the worst Brexit joke, and there are many, but the worst is the Brits now say see EU later. I said it was the worst. And last, the most likely to be famous of our WITA class this year is Ambassador Michael Punk, because who's kidding, he was already at the Oscars this year. Woohoo! So we have two last categories that we're going to go through in our superlatives tonight. First is the most likely to be president, and second is the announcement of our prom king and queen. But for both of these, we're going to require a little bit of audience participation, so I hope that you're with me on this part. So this is for most likely to be president. Now, I warn you, it's not who you plan to vote for, but who you believe could be our next president. So for all of you, and again, this is also for folks playing the game here at the table. So for all of you who think that the next president is going to make America great again, please clap your hands. Okay, so for those of you who believe our next president is going to break a glass ceiling, please clap your hands. Okay, great. Lastly, our category is for prom king and queen, and it was, not a hard vote at all. It was completely by unanimous consent, and you may have recognized this couple before. They're awesome. They're our prom king and queen, and that's Bill Lane and Sarah Thorne.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Bill.
Okay, a lot of you have been here before, but let me sort of set the stage a little bit. This is actually the best part of the evening, because this isn't about people that have accomplished a lot or made hard votes.
Naked man. What's that to say?
Or Pokemon or whatever. I mean, this is about you. Now, what I want you to do is think back at your prom. Think about the expectations. Not those expectations. Think about the tux. Think about the cold duck. I don't know. Do they still have cold duck? We had cold duck. It was pretty good. Earl, I don't know. You probably had other things that were grown out of the earth. But I mean, the prom was important. But the best part of the prom is at some point you honored one of your own. And that's what we're going to do right now. We have an award called the Lighthouse Award. And it's an award that has sort of transitioned over time. It started out as trying to find the one person during the year who was a shining light, someone that really motivated and really changed the world. And then over time, it sort of migrated to something a little bit different. It was for someone that was always in the shadows, not in the light, but made their boss look really good. So we were giving credit to people that were deserving of it, but rarely got it. And a lot of times, Sarah and I, we have this little, we like hanging out together and what have you. I've been married 40 years, but, Nothing's forever. And so you know, we actually have a good time up here, but we would often like to try to throw you off base. And we would have a couple, you know, miss that thing. Like one time I said, don't worry, there won't be anyone from the press getting the award. And Yunta Henton got up and walked out. So Katie Hayes ran and grabbed her and tackled her and brought her back, and, you know, she was the winner. So sometimes we're going to say he when it should be she, or she when it should be he, or both, or whatever. But the bottom line is, whatever you do, you have a couple minutes right now to get ready. Because someone in this room is going to win. And I can guarantee you that person doesn't know it. Sarah, what kind of perfect person should we be looking for? Who's won it in the past?
So, as Bill has referenced, our past honorees have been just really, truly wonderful people. I'm looking at some of them in the trade community. They're people from the administration, like Frank and Regina Vargo and Wendy. They're people from the Hill, like B.G. Ragaswamy and Angela Allard and Everett Eisenstadt. WITA from the media. Scott Miller and Judge Morris from the business community, and Ed Gresser from sort of all of the above. But the unifying theme for all of the honorees is that they've distinguished themselves not only because of their passion for trade, but the quality of their character and their real commitment to the advancement of trade.
That's right. Now, this year, as far as honorees, we're sort of transitioning a little bit in another, not in another direction, but along the same parallel. Because this is actually a unique time. You know, trade's always been contentious. We generally prevail. But, you know, these are times that warrant true heroics. And it's, you know, you almost have to go back to the early 30s or the late 20s where we were ever in the same situation. A couple people around here were probably around in the late 20s or early 30s, but seriously, we're looking for someone who has both been a shining light and someone who's also toiled in the shadows. So you all make nominations, we talk about it, we discuss it, we look at attributes, and the person that we came up with.
So wait, I'm going to
go ahead, I'm
no, so I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
Because I have a surprise. And tonight we actually have 2 awards.
Okay.
And you don't know that. And so I I wrote a script for Bill, and I highlighted his part. But there's never been a script that Bill likes to actually stick to, and so I know he's going to ignore what I highlighted. So I'm going to have you talk about the nominee you know about.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk about the nominee I know about.
Okay.
All right?
The
A little curve ball.
that's good. It's good to have.
It's
good to have. It's good.
If you
to-
get confused, it's
got-
highlighted.
It's got some, this has some diversity. Let me tell you about the little things. One, phenomenally loyal. People that have worked for this individual always has your backside. 2, even before the internet, so I'm giving this away, this person's old. Even before the internet, the person made sure he or she always returned their calls. Every call was returned. Attention to detail. Not exactly a snazzy dresser. Snazzy, that's sort of a cool word. In fact, also a fiscal conservative. This individual believed in having dry clean shirts, you know, pressed shirts, but realized to save money, occasionally you wear the same shirt twice, which actually you can get by with. Sometimes we try it 3 times and found that they ate alone a lot. But anyway, it was there. But more than anything else, this individual had a coping mechanism because it had to sit through lots of boring hearings. They're all, you know, all these hearings, almost all of them are boring, and figured out a way, both in the professional life and in the congressional life, to sleep with his eyes open. And the only thing that would give it away was an occasional snore or drool, but got through hundreds and hundreds of testimonies this way. Worked for 2 prestigious senators on the Hill, Senator Hines and Senator Rockefeller, was Undersecretary of Commerce for Export Administration, and ran one of the best trade organizations in Washington, the National Foreign Trade Group.
So can I tell you a little bit about my honoree? So my honoree is one of my best friends, and my honoree is a champion for trade. My honoree has had a 40-year career in trade. My honoree, I'm gonna cry. My honoree is one of the most decent people I know. My honoree is somebody who, whenever we have a tough fight, says, this is gonna be fun. My honoree is somebody who has mentored probably most of us in the room, actually most of the women in the room, but has a devoted wife. Always, you never have a conversation without talking about his devoted wife, who never shied away from a fight, who is a true friend to all of us,
Thank you very
who
much.
I think the world of. So our two honorees tonight are Bill Lane and Bill Rangt.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You got me, kid. You got me. No, you're first.
Well, this is unexpected and undeserved, but I'm going to take it anyway. Because I think there's no recognition so valuable as that by one of one's colleagues and peers, and so I'm both humbled and grateful. It's something I'll cherish and remember for the rest of my life. And I was one of those people who was here in the 20s and 30s, so I'm sort of at the end of that the career, and this is particularly appreciated. The only thing substantively I'd say, having labored in the vineyards for a long time on trade, I was struck by some things that Earl Blumenauer said earlier. You know, I've spent 30 years being on the business section below the fold, and all of a sudden we're on page one, you know, in the worst possible way. And all I would say to all of you is, you know, it's your job to try to get the debate moving in the right direction. It's our job. It's not your job. It's our job collectively to try to get the debate moving in the right direction. And that means, you know, we're in a fact-free zone right now, unfortunately. So what I'd encourage everybody to do is stand up for facts, stand up for reality, which seems to be disappearing, and finally, stand up for perspective. And this is something that Earl said a few minutes ago, you know. All of our problems in this country are not caused by trade. And having no more trade agreements is not going to solve all of our problems. And having lots more trade agreements is not going to solve all our problems. There's a whole bunch of other things out there that matter, that make a huge amount of difference. And one of the most useful things we can do is to remind everybody of that. The trade it's a convenient whipping boy. It's easier to blame the foreigners than it is to blame anybody else. Certainly it's easier to blame the foreigners than it is to blame ourselves. But what you all can do, because you know better than everybody else, having worked in this field, is that that's not true. And I just encourage everybody to stand up for facts and stand up for reality. Thank you.
First of all, thank you very much. You all have the best jobs in corporate America. There's none that are better. You all are the best people in corporate America. You work hard every day. You care about what you do. You work hours that are incredible. Sometimes you have some fun. I've found that my most creative thoughts occur when I'm jogging and drinking red wine. And I've often tried to figure out how you could do both. Can you do both at the same time? You can't. You come out all red. But I worked in a factory at Caterpillar for 10 years, and it was a great job, and it's a great company. And I have to say, one of the hardest things for me is, my whole life has really been centered around my wife, around Caterpillar, and a lot of work that I do at Penn State. And the hardest thing about retiring is I always introduce myself as Bill Lane of Caterpillar. And I always learned over time, not initially, it's hard for a lobbyist to use the word we, but I always learned to use the word we. And now, sometimes when I talk, I have to use what I think, not what the company thinks. It's been a great, great career. But I think what's true for all of us is I always think that the best is yet to be. We're at a unique time. You all, I know, work 60 hours a week. You think about your job all the time. You love what you do. You want to get paid more sometimes and things like that. And that's okay. But all in all, think of all the people that are out there and how much you influence their ability to have a better life in this country and outside of this country. You're deep thinkers, you care about your families, and you truly, truly make a difference. And the great thing about everyone in this room is we do it with civility and respect. So thank you very much. Only a few, I grew up and they called me Billy. Only a few people call me Billy. Sarah's one of them who calls me Billy. But I have to say, I do like mentoring people. I do like helping people. I get criticized because usually it's women. But I learned, but I learned really early in my career. Women work harder, they're smarter, and they smell better. And you know what? They get things done. So for any of the guys I might have slighted, I'm sorry. But I tell you, they run this town, and you're a fool if you don't try to make their life better. Thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Hello again, and congratulations to the two awesome winners of our Lighthouse Award. Can we get another round of applause? So we are almost at the end. Last year, you may recall that we started a new tradition of, at this part in the program, giving you all gifts. So, congratulations for staying till the end, because you are all eligible to win gifts. If you could take out your credentials, each of you was given a little credential when you signed in, and it had your table number on it, but more importantly, it has another number on it. So that number could be your lucky winning ticket tonight. We have several amazing gifts that we're going to give away, so please pull out your credentials. We're going to go through this really quickly. I'm going to announce some prizes, and we're going to call out numbers. And one of our fabulous, amazing WITA interns is going to come and give you one of those fabulous Golding tickets for the prize that you've won. And I have to tell you, we have some amazing things we're giving away. So we're first up from tonight's host, which is the Washington International Trade Foundation. Hopefully you noticed the vintage political posters that we're hanging outside and helping to create the awesome theme that we have this year of the election. We're giving all of those away. And they will be awesome in your, in your offices or your home office. And we'll always let you remember about trade and politics, which is what we all do here. So, the first number, okay, the first number is 263. 263? Anybody? Okay. That's one. What is this? 184. 184. Anybody? Okay, next number. 184. Yay. We have a winner. 185. So if you checked in right after him, you are a lucky person. 185. 185. No winner chicken dinner? No? Okay. 275. 275. Yay, over here. Okay. 247. 247. Come on, guys. They're doing all the work over here. Anybody? 247. Okay, we found someone else over on this side. Let's see. 291. 291. 291. Anyone? Let me shake some up here. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. 307. Over there? Did I hear anything? 307. Anyone? Okay, we're still moving. 191. Yeah, there were 6 posters. But we haven't given away 6 of them yet, have we? No. We're still doing posters. 191. Okay, hey, yay. Okay. 2 more posters left. 354. 354. Woohoo! 354.
All right, this is the last one. Now we're at the next prize. Next prize.
This is the next prize. Okay, so those were all the posters. Congratulations. We hope you enjoy them. Our next set of prizes, well, this one is amazing and probably, very close to my heart. But it is a gift basket from the Striped Pig Distillery. And in this basket, you will get a bottle of vodka, a bottle of striped spice rum, and a bottle of striped gin. So for your next party, you will be set. And the lucky winner is 289. 289. 289. Anybody? Over here? Okay, next number. 260. 260? This is a nice, striped distillery. Nothing? Okay. 337. 337. Anybody? No. Okay, is that a number?
Yeah, we got it.
Yes. So Striped Pig Distillery. The next gift that we're giving away is, it's very close to my heart as well because I'm a tequila girl. And we have to thank our wonderful sponsors from Discus for this. It is an assortment of very fine spirits, a Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, Avion Silver Tequila, vodka, there's a rum, and a 12-year Macallan. And that is going to the person that has 021. Woo! That's a party. That's a party. Lastly, are we on the last one? 2 more. Oh, no. Okay, a few more. All right, we're moving through this. The next is given by one of our sponsors that we adore, and that's Whirlpool Corporation. They have donated a Swash. And if you don't know what that is, it's an in-home 10-minute dry cleaning system. So it's called a Swash. No, we just used that one, didn't we? 091? Okay. 171. 171. Hey, back there. They're going to have some good-looking clothes. Thank you, Whirlpool. All right, this next one, we have 2 left. Bear with us. This next one is for the person who is family-oriented because it is a 6-pack from the Walt Disney Company. And it is 6 one-day park passes to any of the Walt Disney World parks in Orlando, Florida. So, let's get excited. And if you have coupon 012, you are going to Disney. 012.
Next.
Okay, next. 186. 186. Elsa is waiting for your daughter at Disney. Anybody? Okay, we're going through. 301. Oh, wait, were you 186? Oh, yes. Woo, Disney, Nicole. Woo, I didn't see you. I'm sorry.
Hard to see up here.
It is hard to see up here.
All right.
Okay, this is our last one, so please bear with us. It's from that amazing corporation, and it is called Microsoft. Now, if you guys have not had the chance to go over to Microsoft's office and play around with their Surface computers, you've really missed some fun. So they are giving away a Microsoft Surface Pro 4 tablet computer with a detachable keyboard and docking station. Woohoo! And so the lucky person of this fabulous bit of tech is 297. 297. Hey! Lady in red. Lady in red. All right, everyone. We would like to, again, thank all of you for coming. We would like to thank all of our congressional honorees tonight. We would like to thank all of our amazing sponsors. We'd like to thank WITA. And we'd like to hope that you come back out next year. Please, we'll see you out in the dessert reception. Thank you.